Amazing saves. Millions and millions of people love sports. We love to follow our favorite teams and root them to victory. We also watch sports because we always wonder if this could be the game that we see something incredible. Athletes are capable of some pretty amazing things. When an athlete makes an unbelievable save, people talk about it for weeks, months, and even years after. If you want to see some fantastic saves, this video will be right up your alley. We're going to show you the 10 greatest heroic saves in sports, and a few more that'll shock you. An amazing shot. This basketball game between Kalev and Tarvis was very close. The score was 71-77, with Tarvis leading with just 3 minutes and 5 seconds in the fourth quarter. When a player for Kalev throws the ball, another player grabs it right before it goes out of bounds. The player didn't even stand facing the basket. It was a behind-the-back shot, and what he did was truly amazing. Without thinking, he throws the ball back on the court and makes the shot. It almost seemed as if he didn't mean to, but the ball went in the basket anyway. Catch of a lifetime. This is a clip from a women's baseball game. The batter hits the ball way out into the left field. Everyone in the stands assumed that it was going out of the park and it would be a home run. This would have happened if it weren't for the left fielder. She did something you would have never thought possible. The left fielder used the back wall to climb, using her feet just like Spider-Man. This allowed her to get high enough to catch the ball before it went over the wall. This isn't something that you see in baseball very often. Going out of bounds. The volleyball match seems very intense. The ball's going over the net again and again, and both teams hoping to score. When the ball comes over the net, the player wants to keep it in play. So rather than let the ball go out of bounds, he does his best to keep it in. The player was successful in keeping the ball in bounds, but he put so much effort into it that he went out of bounds. Is that a foul? In volleyball, it isn't too often that you see the ball remain in bounds and the player goes out. This was a dramatic save that amazed just about everyone that day. Marco, the player in question, was pretty proud of himself. No home run for you. The goal in any baseball game is to hit the ball over the fence, giving you an automatic home run. This player did just that. He hit the ball over the fence, but unfortunately the outfielder was waiting. When the ball came toward him, he jumped up near the top of the fence and reached his hand down, catching the ball. This was a great save for the team and pretty devastating for the batter. Getting the fans involved. This Laker game was exhilarating. It was a close game and the ball was about to go out of bounds. This would mean that the team would lose control of the ball. To make sure this didn't happen, the player ran to stop the ball right before going over the line. To do so, he had to jump into the lap of a fan sitting in the front row, spilling his soda all over him. In basketball, you do whatever it takes to keep control of the ball. An amazing save. When it comes to incredible saves in football, this one's the best. The ball's going toward the goal, and the player had to do whatever necessary to make sure that it didn't go over the line. He caught the ball right at the line, fell forwards, and managed to throw the ball to a waiting teammate behind him, stopping it at the rim. In this basketball game, it looks as though the player was going to score. Fortunately, there was a very tall player at the basket. He reached his hand up right to the rim, knocking the ball away before it can go into the basket. It was a pretty great save, and the crowd went wild. 3-3. This is a game between Miami and Philadelphia. Scores tied at the bottom of the 6th inning. Things were getting close and someone needed to pull ahead. The batter hit the ball right down the center to second base. The second baseman jumped high enough to catch the ball and the batter was out. The commentators and the fans were amazed by this catch. Go Bergeron. During this Bruins game, the puck is heading right for the goal. Bergeron refuses to let that happen, and just as the puck goes in, he hooks it with his stick, saving the puck and regaining control. He managed to get the puck just before it crossed over the line. Into the stands. This basketball game looks more like a volleyball game. The ball's about to go out of bounds, so the player hits the ball the same way you would a volleyball. He got the ball to his teammate right before falling into the fans in the stands. Another great save. This is another instance of a player doing whatever it took to save the ball. A player made a shot, but he missed, and the ball was about to go over the line out of bounds. His teammate rushes over, hits the ball back to him before falling into unsuspecting fans. His teammate managed to get control of the ball again, and this time he scored. Diving to keep it alive. This basketball player saw that the ball was about to go out of bounds. To keep it alive, he dove on the fall, hitting the ball back into play just in time. His team kept control of the ball and the game went on. Hustle. During this hockey game, the puck was down at the other end of the ice. The goalie wasn't by the net when the puck headed his way. Fortunately, he's quick and he managed to get to the net just in time to sweep the puck away from the net, just before it went over the line. It was an incredible save. Fumbling for the win. The player who made this shot was sure that he was going to score. The goalie was there, but not in the right position to stop the puck. The goalie knew this, so he threw his arms up as a last-ditch effort to stop the puck. He never expected it to work, but it did. It was an incredible save that shocked everyone. Stopping it at the end zone. This player wanted to stop the ball from going into the end zone. He got down there, but he wasn't able to catch the ball. Instead, he knocked it out of the end zone to his waiting teammate, and the fans cheered. You don't see saves like this too often in the NFL. Keeping the ball in play. During this volleyball game, the ball was about to either hit the floor, allowing the team to score, or go out of bounds. Neither of these was acceptable for this player. He looked as if he was leaving the court. Instead, he got to the ball just in time, kicking it behind his back, keeping it in play. The look of shock of his teammates' faces says it all. So close. This tennis player saw that the ball was going toward him, heading out of bounds. He dove to hit the ball back into play, almost leaving the court in the process. The ball didn't make it over the net, but it was a pretty great attempt. Taking one for the team. The goalie in this soccer game was willing to do anything to keep the other team from scoring, even if it meant taking a ball to the chest at a very fast rate of speed. He looked a bit stunned, but he did stop the other team from scoring. This looks like a painful way to win a game. This volleyball player did whatever it took to hit the ball inbounds to one of his teammates. After a fantastic diving save, he did a backflip before regaining control, just looking at the expression on the other players' faces after he makes the save. A catch and a save. Hockey is a very fast-paced sport. You need to be alert at all times. The goalie knew that, and right before the puck went into the goal, he raised his hand to catch it. He kept the other team from scoring, and it was a save that people were talking about for weeks. The rolling ball. It isn't too often that you see a ball rolling down a basketball court. It isn't soccer after all. To save the ball, this player dove to the ground, got control of the ball, and kept it in play. Incredible. Hey, how about some bonuses? Yeah, why not? Catching it for the second time. This player tried to catch the ball in midair, but the ball slipped out of his glove. As it fell, before it hit the ground, he caught the ball and the batter was out. This was an incredible save. Teamwork. This player wanted to keep the ball from going into the end zone, but he couldn't manage to catch it. He hits the ball to his teammate, who also couldn't manage to get control of the ball. He hits it to another teammate, who manages to knock it out of the end zone. Sometimes it takes a few players to make an incredible save. Tracey Wilson with the save. This is another case of trying to stop the ball before it goes into the end zone. Tracey Wilson is there and manages to keep it out of the end zone while staying off the line. A headlong dive. This batter hits a line drive right down the field. The only way to catch the ball was for the second baseman to do a headlong dive toward the ball. Amazingly, he caught it, and the batter was out. A jump and a save. It looks as though this batter is going to get on base with this hit. The outfielder was waiting for the ball, jumped up almost over the wall, catching the ball. What could have been a base hit became an out.
Subscribe for more.